What's up, Team Boosted? Welcome to another video. This one's on a car you guys won't shut the hell up about. The Datsun 2.3, everybody's favorite piece of shit.
Yeah, today we're getting back at the engine. So we brought another engine stand to the shop. We're going to pop the transmission off, put the engine up there, and there's a few things we got to do before we can put it back in the car.
We got even more progress to make. We're gonna be doing the fuel system too today. I already kind of started it. We gotta do some pretty lame fuel system shit, so you guys are gonna see some fuel system progress, and there's gonna be some engine progress. We're just gonna be making all sorts of progress. Apparently we never make progress, Devin.
Apparently.
Anyways, let's get right to this progress.
Let's do it.
The first thing that we are going to do today is get the engine on the stand. Nah, it's fine on the ground, dude. I bet y'all wish this turbo 2 rotor was going in the Datsun, but it's not. Instead, this ugly ass engine, which you guys like so much, is going back in. But in order to do that, we need to replace the head bolts. We're not using studs. We prefer the torque to yield. In our opinion, they give even more clamping force, and I'm not saying that backed by any science or facts. I just think that torque to yield things are cheaper than head studs. In addition to that, a head gasket, where apparently if it blows, no one's ever blown it before, so if we blow it,
It's one of the metal ones with the rubber around it.
if we blow
Better
it,
than cork.
we have more problems than just that blowing.
Yeah.
There's probably a rod on the surface of the moon by the time that happens.
Sam clearly put this on.
You say Sam clearly put that on there? Are they like torqued into
Oblivion?
oblivion? He doesn't know his own strength, Devin. He is giant. It's been a while since I've used a zoom lens.
God damn.
Oh, that's our rad Death Cart mirror. Yo, this lens is sweet. Well, you can just pull it off now, right? Yeah, it's coming. You're doing great.
I feel like the engine's gonna tip over.
It might, but then we could put that surprise Viper V10 that we have. Almost there. Well, I know that transmission weighs more than the sun, but I gotta film, dude. My job's important too. Oh, whoop.
Oh, that came off quick.
This is what it's like to have an engine that's smaller than your transmission. By like a lot.
I should just fucking throw this on this thing.
Look at that thing. We're gonna do all sorts of dirty burnouts with that thing. That's an engine and transmission combination that we're never gonna have to worry about that transmission. Yes, the spec stage 3. Mustang 5 liter. It's very heavy, is it not?
Yeah. Giant piece of it.
Now you gotta untorque the shit.
So I'm removing the old torque to yield, and all that means is that you're intentionally stretching these out. So you can't use them more than once. That's the only downside to torque to yield, so they can go right in the trash. And this can come off, and the new head gasket can go on. Going on the tire. Pretty clean, all things considered. For those of you who don't know, this is pretty much fully built. CP pistons, Crowder rods. Never know how to pronounce that. But this engine probably has less than 500 miles on it. That's why it's so clean. Devin's gonna do his best to remove all of the old gasket material.
It came off pretty good, so.
I've seen worse.
Yep.
I believe this is the new gasket. Ooh, is this one black? No, it's like the same one.
got the metal rings and everything.
Yeah, it's got what we need to have. That's that performance gasket, son. And then these are the bolts. Some of you have a thing for boxes being open, so.
Oh, you get a double box of this one.
Wow.
Super.
That's like the ASMR shit that people like for some reason. Makes me all tingly watching people open boxes. Handbags? Oh, you guys are spoiled. Wow, look at those. Holy shit.
Here's some more extra satisfying footage for you guys.
Yeah, you know, people like clean stuff too. You see the difference? Oop. You could tell this was not run very long at all.
Nope. It's pretty awesome.
Wow. Wow, that's fucking cool. I'm gonna feel bad when we blow it up. Trying to making 500 horsepower before the nitrous, Devin.
Yeah, the next time this thing opens up, it's going to be against its will, and it's not going to look like this anymore.
Just take it in, boys. Once we seal this up, we're determined to make the most power for not necessarily the longest amount of time. And then you guys are gonna be like, yeah, well, maybe half of you, but the other half are gonna be pumped to see what else we might put in it. We're actually gonna back up here because we realized that when we got this block back from the machine shop, we never painted it. So, I mean, in California, it's not a huge deal, but you saw our engine base, so we kind of want to do something similar. What color do we do it? Do like orange or yellow?
Yeah, something vibrant.
Like an old Ford blue?
No.
Yeah, screw that. Commence breakdown time lapse.
See the trouble, better walk away. Sometimes you gotta space out. Sometimes you gotta change route. Sometimes. It's gorgeous.
Jesus.
Okay, so real quick to explain what's going on. Obviously we're redoing all this, but the pan's coming off, one, because we're painting it, and two, because apparently these engines will always leak from the rear main unless you put RTV
right here where it seals on the backside.
under it. Gotta take it off and put it under it. Sucks, but hopefully that'll, if you guys remember, this engine always leaked and we kind of just accepted it, but apparently there's something we can do about it. Don't drop it. Bloop. How's that bearing look? Bring that over here now, boy. Yeah, oh, it's brand new, holy crap. So, here's the rear main seal. It's not leaking through that. Apparently, this is the surface here, this little loop. It's getting past the
Bearing cover?
yeah, that. It's getting past that. So this surface right here needs a little bit of RTV on either side, and that should fix it. So staying on the outside, because that's all that's really necessary, and is to avoid hitting the bearing, which we don't want to do.
Oh.
It's a lot. We've chosen seafoam green as our color of choice. So while it dries, we're going to do the oil pan. We just have yet to decide what color we want to do the oil pan. It could be anything.
My vote's yellow.
You want to do yellow? Let's make it as ugly as possible, you're right. I'm down. This is easily the ugliest thing ever. Okay, so now we're going to do the head gasket. and the torque to yield bolts. Say the way these work is 1 step to 30, 1 step to 51, or 2 steps to 51, and then 90 degrees from there. So the third time you torque it down, it's not actually a torque number, it's just a rotation. Okay, so now that they're all torqued to 51, which is oddly specific,
Right.
now they go 90 degrees, which is very not specific. I mean, it is specific, but you know. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you gotta hold it.
I have to hold it?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at all that clamping force.
Intense.
Pretty sure we never did this correctly.
Probably. But you didn't blow it up, so fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, no one ever blows head gaskets on these, I guess, so there's no reason to get the head studs.
It's because they don't have enough airflow to blow a head gasket.
Ooh, it's so good. I want to barf. This color is like throwing off the camera's colors. It's so incredibly yellow.
It's too much.
Like the rest of the shot for a second looks like black and white, but it's not. Yeah, we get it if you want to barf. But so this is it. It's ready to pretty much go back in the car. One thing we are going to want to correct. Last time we had, you can see the water neck right there, and there's our VR sensor right there. The tube would hit the VR sensor. We want to probably relocate where the sensor is before this goes back into the car. We're going to close this one out, showing you guys an update on the things that have been done and are being done on the Datsun. We'll start in the back. The fuel cell is completely strapped down. That was a pain in the ass to do. The Kirkies are bolted in. That was also a general pain in the ass to do. To show you guys what we're going to do with the fuel system, I got to raise it up on these max jacks, so give me a second. Okay, so what's going on down here, the S13 subframe is all set, disc brakes are in, all set, everything as far as back goes is all set, fuel cell is good to go. What we needed to redo was the fuel system because it wasn't going to be able to supply 500 real horsepower with E85. E85 uses about 30% more fuel than pump gas for similar power numbers. So to do that, we're doing 2 Walbro 255 pumps. And we're doing 2 feed lines, both -6 going into a -8 to the fuel reel, and then a -6 return line, which I have yet to route. So in the next video, we'll be finishing up the fuel system, running the brake lines, and putting the engine back in. So the Datsun is not too far off. Drive shaft being made, we have the yokes for that, and obviously you guys saw the engine is back together, pretty much ready to go in. So Datsun's not too far off. We'll be back on the road to quench your insatiable shitty car lust, I suppose. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. As you can see, we are making progress on the Datsun. It is probably not much more than about a month off. We're just trying to do shit right. That means extra time, extra money, but in the end, it'll be on the road for maybe more than 10 miles, like it's been literally every single time we've gotten to running. Anyways, Devin's gonna pick a winner for this video's giveaway. If you guys are not familiar with the channel, we give away products from boostedshades.com every single video.
This video's winner is Weekend Renter.
All right, hit us up at Teamboosted at boostedshades.com or through any of our social media platforms. We'll get back to you and ship you something. If y'all want to win, all you gotta do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Leave a comment.
Leave it in the comment.
Your other comment could be anything. Sometimes we ask you guys things at the end of the video to make it easier.
All right, so this video's question is, how likely do you think we are to make that 1 month timeline? Leave it in a percentage style, like 40%, 20%, 2%?
That's morbid, dude. I'm saying
0%?
I'm calling it 90%. Last time we did a 30-day challenge, which no one watched, it was the Porsche, and we got that shit done, so.
Yeah, now I believe in us. I think we can do it. So leave that down in the comments, and as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.